In this video, I want to help you decide whether to get the 11-inch or the 13-inch iPad Pro or iPad Air for drawing purposes. Today I'm at Tekka Center to sketch with my iPad Pro. More specifically, I want to sketch the wet market, which is somewhere behind me. If I am not wrong, this is the largest market here in Little India, which is a big neighborhood for the Indian community here in Singapore. Check out how vibrant the fruits are. Okay, you are supposed to say the fruits are fresh, but as an artist, I would say the fruits are vibrant because of their colors. So there are stores that sell fruits, vegetables, meat, lots of fish. I really love this place because I can literally stop at every junction to sketch. This is the view of the wet market from the second floor. So there is a lot of activity happening, which is great for sketching because this will make your sketches look more lively. To choose between the 11 or 13-inch tablet, I would suggest you look at your workflow, how you use your tablets, where you use your tablets, and the apps that you use. Let's talk about the obvious differences first, size and weight. 11-inch is not a small tablet. This is a big tablet. It's just that 13-inch is bigger. So this is how big the 13-inch is compared to the 11-inch. Yes, it is bigger, but for me, this is more unwieldy to hold. The weight of the 13-inch iPad Pro Wi-Fi model is 579 grams, which is significantly lighter compared to the previous model from 2022, the M2 iPad Pro. And for a tablet of this size, this is actually considered lightweight. However, it's still kind of heavy, and because of the size, most of the weight is distributed to the other side. So if you're trying to balance the tablet with just one hand, for me, I can definitely feel the strain. So this tablet is best held with two hands. And this is regardless of whether you're holding it vertically or in landscape orientation. So the other day while I was sketching this on the train, I had to hold a tablet like this. With the 11-inch, I can actually hold a tablet like this. Another thing about this size is when you are sketching in public, people are going to look at your tablet because it's big, it's going to attract attention. And I have passengers seated on my left and right looking at what I am drawing. So if you are someone who is very self-conscious, using such a big tablet outdoors is definitely going to attract some attention. And this is the 11-inch iPad Pro Wi-Fi model, which is 444 grams, which is considered lightweight for a tablet this size, and this is like way more comfortable to hold with one hand. So for this tablet, I can actually hold it like this and have my palm on the display and draw. So this is still quite comfortable for me to stand and draw for 1-2 hours. When you're using the tablets at home or indoors where you can have the tablet on the table, on a stand, in a case, on your lap, or on some sort of support, 13-inch is alright. But if you have to hold the tablet for long periods of time, 11-inch is the one to go for. And when I'm sketching outdoors, I will always remove the case to make the tablet lighter. So I'm using a case that can be removed easily. Alright, now I'm going to sketch this scene on the 13-inch iPad Pro while I talk more about the user experience of drawing on such a big tablet. The app that I will be using is Concepts. By the way, this tablet is resting very dangerously on this ledge, and if this falls onto the ground, I will have to start a crowdfunding campaign to fund this tablet, which I'm going to return, by the way. I like this app because this app features minimal user interface. So you get a lot of drawing space to work with. Now, if you are someone who uses apps with lots of UI elements such as Clip Studio, on a 13-inch iPad Pro, there will still be lots of space for drawing, even with palettes on the left and right side of the UI. Now, for Procreate is a drawing app that has minimal UI as well. So when drawing, most of the UI or controls will just disappear, go away. Yeah, so when you're drawing, the palette just disappears. So it doesn't really matter whether you're drawing on a 13-inch or 11-inch for apps with minimal UI. So for this sketch, I have to hold the tablet this way with my arm beneath the tablet so that the tablet is resting on my arm so that it's more comfortable, so that I can draw for a longer time before my arm gets tired. And I'm still able to rest my palm on the display this way. But I certainly cannot hold the tablet like this because the weight is going to the other side. And I definitely can feel the reduced weight of the tablet. This is noticeably lighter compared to the previous model, which is fantastic if you are someone who has to bring the tablet out quite often. Now, both tablets are portable, as in you can throw the tablets in your bag, hold it in hand and bring it around, so they are portable that way. But when you are using the tablet, how long are you going to hold the tablet? That is the main question you have to ask yourself. When I'm using this 13-inch tablet, I don't feel like I miss the bigger size because I can actually still draw this scene with the 11-inch and I will still have a lot of space to work with. So this is like a lot of space, but the 11-inch working area is not small. It's still quite big. It's actually bigger compared to an A5 size sketchbook. There is a lot of space to rest your palm on the display, but there is also a lot of space to rest your palm on the display of the 11-inch tablet. I've actually downgraded from the 12.9-inch tablet to the 11-inch a few years ago, and I don't miss using a big tablet. Probably because I like to use the tablet outdoors for sketching. By the way, I'm drawing on the Nano-texture glass, and this surface feels really nice to draw on. So I've been holding the tablet like this for the past 45 minutes with my elbow against my rib cage, and I'm starting to lose sensation in my arm, so I have to, shake it a bit to get the blood flowing again. But overall, I would say this weight is still manageable for standing and sketching. But for the previous model, which is heavier, I feel like it's a bit too heavy for me to stand and sketch. But this time around, this year, this weight reduction is actually really nice. So this is my completed sketch, which took around 1.5 hours to complete. I'm not done with the coloring yet because there are so many things to color, but I'm just going to leave this as it is. Let's take a look at the line art. Oops. Wow, this actually looks quite nice. This is the line art. It's a very loose and sketchy sketch. So what are some of the other advantages of having such a big display? Well, if you use Stage Manager, let me enable Stage Manager. So this can help you switch between apps more quickly. If you use Stage Manager on a smaller tablet, like the 11-inch tablet, it feels very cramped, but on a 13-inch tablet, it still feels alright, but certainly not for drawing because this will minimize the drawing area. If you use split screen mode often, then having a larger display is better. If you want to use your tablet as a wireless external display, having a larger display is better. And if you have to import a photo reference onto your canvas for reference purposes, having a larger display is better because there is more space for you to place a photo reference. Another difference between the 13 versus the 11-inch is this aspect ratio is 4:3, whereas for the 11-inch tablet it's around 3:2. So for this tablet, this is more usable in both portrait and landscape orientation. And sometimes I like to use this tablet as a wireless external display in portrait orientation so that I can see more of the web page. So this is the same sketch on the 11-inch iPad Pro. I certainly would not have any issues sketching the same scene on the smaller tablet. In fact, I would prefer to use the smaller tablet because this is lighter and this is just easier to handle. The 3:2 aspect ratio is still very usable in both portrait and landscape orientation. Even with the palettes by the side, there is still a good amount of space to work with. And this is how much space there is with my palm on the display. There is still a good amount of space to work with, even when I do not disable the palettes by the side. So let me show you how it looks with a reference photo imported onto the canvas. So with the reference image on the canvas, this is going to take up a larger proportion of the display or the screen compared to having this same image at the same size on a 13-inch tablet because, well, 13 inches is larger. So if you work with reference photos often, it would be good to go with the larger display. Let me show you Stage Manager. Stage Manager, in my opinion, is best used on a larger display, so 13 inch is ideal. Or if you connect the tablet to an external display which is larger, that's ideal. On an 11-inch tablet, it feels a bit cramped to me. All the windows are made smaller. The 11-inch and 13-inch tablets each has its own pros and cons. One is not better than the other. So I would recommend you choose the size based on your workflow, the apps that you use, whether your drawing apps have lots of UI or have minimal UI, and also how you use the tablet and where you use the tablets. I prefer 11-inch, but many people prefer 13-inch, so it's really a personal preference. There are so many interesting things to sketch. So it's lunchtime now. I will probably want to eat something first and try to squeeze in another sketch. So I just had lunch and now I'm looking for a place where I can actually set up my camera. Alright, I'm going to sketch here because I can set up my camera here. So I'll be standing and sketching with the 11-inch iPad Pro this time. I just remember another advantage for the 13-inch tablet. If you read documents, PDFs or comics where you cannot adjust the text size, it's better to get the larger tablet because some of the comics or documents or PDFs, they have really small text sizes, and when you're reading on an 11-inch tablet, the experience is not great. Now for this comic that my friend Skip drew, he actually designed this for reading on smaller tablets, so you can see the font size is big. But for other comics with the small text sizes, it's just more enjoyable reading comics on larger tablets. So right now I'm sketching with the 11-inch iPad Pro and I want to draw this really quickly because it's quite tiring. This weight is very manageable. I really like how lightweight this tablet is compared to the 13-inch, which is also lightweight for its size, but this is lighter. And this is more manageable, like it's easier to handle compared to the 13-inch. When holding in both vertical or landscape orientation. So this is the fruit store that I am sketching. Sometimes when I sketch, it would take me about 1 or 2 hours. So if I have to stand and sketch, I definitely prefer to use a lighter tablet. If I hold it horizontally, I can do so. Sometimes I can hold it like this, sometimes I hold it like this. With the bigger tablet, I have to hold it like this, but with the smaller tablet, I can hold it like this. One thing I noticed about drawing on the bigger tablet is if I hold it like this, I have to make sure the camera is below, or else the auto brightness will be affected. But for the 11-inch tablet, I can hold it like this with the camera up there so as not to affect the auto brightness. So these are some things that I will not know unless I test the tablet out on location. So this is the fruit store seller. This place is so busy, and now it's starting to get really warm. If you're looking for a digital sketch pad, one that is portable as in you can hold in hand very easily, 11-inch is definitely the way to go. Any tablets larger than 12 inches, in my opinion, are considered desktop tablets. So this sketch is almost complete. It's just a very simplified sketch. And again, when drawing this, I did not feel like I need a larger tablet. Yeah, I definitely do not need a larger tablet for my sketches. This size is more than sufficient. So that's the store that I was sketching. Alright, I'm done for the day. I hope this video is useful. If you guys have not watched my artist review for the Nano-texture glass and for the M4 iPad Pro, the links to those videos are in the video description below. See you guys in the next video. Bye!